Hello, my name is Tyler. The disability that I researched was autism. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, autism is a disorder distinguished by repetitive and characterized behavioral patterns resulting in the difficulty of communication and collaborations in society. According to WebMD.com, autism is classified as a condition of the brain that restricts the ability to communicate with others. Rule 51 states that a child with a disability means a child who has been verified as per Section 006 as a student with autism, a behavior disorder, deaf, blindness, a development delay, or a hearing impairment include deafness, a mental handicap, multiple disabilities, an orthopedic impairment, another health impairment, a specific learning disability, a speech language impairment, a traumatic brain injury, or visual impairment including blindness, who, because of this impairment, need special educating and relative services. Alright, Rule 51 also states what autism is. Autism states that the child must have a developmental disability which significantly affects verbal and nonverbal communication and social interaction and is generally evident before the age of 3. Alrighty, so some physical characteristics of autism include resisting being cuddled or held, hyperactivity, and others. Observers, including parents and doctors and other adult figures, can see these physical signs of autism early in life. Some children can be diagnosed right away, and other children don't show signs until later in life when symptoms are noticed. Individuals with autism aren't affected physically as much as they are cognitively, verbally, or socially. Some physical characteristics include the abnormal response to sensations such as light or sound, repetitive body movements such as rocking, pacing, hitting something, and spinning. A child with autism may also avoid eye contact when interacting with other people. Autism can cause playtime to be a struggle. Cooperation can be difficult. Autism may make it harder for individuals to interact and feel comfortable with peers. It can cause a child to feel restricted around other people, including adults. Children with autism may find it more enjoyable to play alone. Shared interests are hard to come by. And understanding feelings can become hard. Understanding feelings of their own feelings can become hard, and understanding feelings of other people are hard. Autism may make it hard to talk and portray what one is feeling. Routines are very common in those that have autism. Getting off a strict routine can cause stress and cause temper tantrums. Emotional characteristics kind of go hand in hand with social characteristics in the fact that autism can cause difficulty dealing with emotions and sensing the emotions of others. Some behavioral signs of autism include aggressive behavior to not only themselves but to others as well. Autism can cause a child to do things that hurt themselves without fear or danger. Temper tantrums are very common, like I said. Crying outbursts are common when routines are broken or unexpected things occur, and impulsive behavior can be seen as well. Other signs that are seen in children with autism is how they play with their toys. Not only are children with autism seen playing alone more often than not, but also toys are lined up in a specific order, or toys are played with the same way every time, and that playtime is organized. Autism can cause a delay in learning communication skills. Children with autism often don't have normal responses to questions or gestures such as pointing. Children with autism may repeat themselves over and over. Also, children may have a monotone voice. Putting words into a whole sentence can be a struggle. Autism can cause children to repeat themselves or repeat things that they are told. Asking a child with autism, "Do you want to eat?" may result in them saying the same thing back. "Do you want to eat? Do you want to eat?" Developing vocal skills is very hard for children with autism. Learning to speak and respond to other people is very hard and delayed, and autism can cause infants to not respond to their name when it is said. The speech of individuals with autism can vary drastically. Some individuals can speak fluently, while other individuals struggle to put words into sentences. Cognitive characteristics can vary between individuals with autism. Some individuals can solve problems very easily, but find it hard to be social. Most cognitive characteristics of autism include a language barrier. Autism can cause short attention spans, and this can make learning very difficult. If a student with autism does not have an interest in a specific topic or their attention span is short, they may have a difficult time learning this information. Autism can cause a difficulty reading and understanding what is read. As stated previously, autism can cause a delay in speech development, which in turn can cause a difficulty learning material. Difficulty obtaining information and a vast vocabulary can also occur. Autism can make interpretation and the storing of information hard. And also recalling information that was just learned can be a struggle for children with autism. The causes of autism all occur in the mutation or modification of the genetic makeup. Most cases of autism occur in the heritability of genes from parents. Some cases of autism occur without the genetic relations to parents. Some neurobiological adaptations of the genetic material can cause genes to become adapted to express autistic characteristics. Some environmental factors can play a role as well. There is no clear consensus developed by scientists, but they suggest that alcohol or drug or toxic materials presented to the mother during birth can cause autism as well, or cause autistic genetic modifications. As I stated before, some of the impact on the home life. Aggressive behavior and temper tantrums can be present. That can have an effect on parents and other siblings if there are any. Parents might develop a unique method in calming a child with autism down. That obviously will affect home life. Relationships between a child with autism and his or her siblings and parents can be different to those with autism. So say you have one sibling with autism, one sibling without. That child with autism may treat each sibling different. For example, siblings may play different and may be more cooperative with one sibling than another. Autism can cause drastic reactions to smell and taste. So that can come into play with food. So if you cook food that a child with autism doesn't like, they can reject it pretty quickly. It can also cause an individual to be tied to the routine, like I said before. That can impact eating habits and sleep habits. Some impact on school life. School can be very hard for a student with autism, basically because of the difficulty communicating with other people, peers, or teachers. School is composed of a lot of reading and comprehension, and kids with autism may find that hard. Another thing about school is the interaction with other students. Autism can cause a child to not understand personal space or emotional change between peers. That can make it hard to build friendships. And playtime can be impacted by autism as well, because autism can cause a child to want to play alone and not necessarily be social. And that can impact school and how the student looks at school as well. An impact on community life. Autism can impact the community life in a similar way that it impacts home and school, just the interaction with other people and the gap between communication with other people. Some individuals with autism can interact and communicate with others better than other people with autism. It all depends on the degree of autism that the individual has, and every person with autism has a different degree. If an individual with autism finds it hard to communicate with others, they might struggle to interact in the community. Some language is hard to interpret for some children with autism. So autism doesn't have any holdback on children or people and their future. Uh, People with autism can still have jobs, can still have multiple job interviews, can still go to college. There are people with autism that are doctors today that operate on children or people every day. So autism isn't something that necessarily holds you back. It's all about on how severe the degree of autism is. You can still have a family. You can still have relationships. If you do have autism and you do decide to have a family, your chance of your child having autism is obviously increased. But you can still have future, still have family. It all depends on the degree of autism. And there's no medication or medical treatment that can cure autism. There are medications that can treat symptoms like hyperactivity, but there's no cure for it. Um, some things that are done as treatment for children with autism is speech therapy or communication therapy, and that can help children communicate with parents, school, peers, everything better. This helps them vocalize what they're feeling more. But like I said, there is no cure or medication that can cure autism. And there are my references. And thank you for listening to my discussion about autism.